Hi, we are Team Dr. Simplify, and our use case looks at leveraging the capabilities of both specialized and Gen AI and bringing their combined power to solve a very real use case in healthcare that has been faced by pretty much any patient who has visited a GP or a specialist. So let's get into the solution. Here it is. Like any solution, it gives you two options. You can either create a new patient, which will be used by the receptionist if the patient hasn't visited before, or find patient, which is what's going to be used by the doctor. In this case, we're going to search for the patient using email, but we could do it using NRIC, the Singapore ID, or phone number. This brings the doctor to a very intuitive user interface. And let me first click on Start Recording and tell you what's happening behind the scenes. The conversation is now being recorded between the doctor and the patient. Behind the scenes, we're using Microsoft Dictate for this for two reasons. The first one is Microsoft Dictate is very good at differentiating conversations between two people or multiple people. Number two, we found it to be very accurate in the recording itself. Once the conversation is done, the doctor clicks on Stop Recording. You'll see that the conversation that has been had between the patient and the doctor is captured under the Conversation tab. This also fires a robot that will take the conversation, make a call to ChatGPT, and then generate a summary of the conversation. As you can see, that has just been generated. If the doctor feels that the conversation is not accurately captured, the doctor can edit the conversation. They can do that for the summary as well. But in this case, let's say that the doctor updates that the patient never had chickenpox before, which was missed by Microsoft Dictate. This automatically fires a call to ChatGPT to update the summary based on the updated conversation. And now notice under the summary tab, the last line, which is the patient has never had chickenpox before, has also been captured in the summary. With summary all set, the doctor then uploads any lab reports and diagnostic scans that the patient may have had or brought with them. When the doctor clicks on send, the two lab reports and then the two diagnostic scans are uploaded into orchestrator storage buckets. This will be used in the next stage of the process. So now the doctor has all of his or her inputs. They go ahead and click on evaluate. This does three things. It takes the conversation summary and makes a call to ChatGPT to get the findings based on the summary. For lab reports, it uses DU to OCR the lab reports and send that text to ChatGPT once again to get the findings based on that. And for diagnostic scans, it makes a call to a model called Biomed Clip to get the findings based on the diagnostic scans, takes the text, sends it to ChatGPT to get it back in an NLP form. And once that's all completed, ChatGPT, based on our prompt, returns the top 5 possible illnesses based on all of the findings, right? You will also notice on the bottom left that there are possible illnesses. So what we've done here is based on the findings from the conversation, the lab, and the diagnostics, we've asked ChatGPT to give us the top 3 possible illnesses together with recommendations and medications for each of them. You can see that the doctor has the ability to click on each of them and the associated recommendations and medications come up. If the doctor is not happy with the top 3 possible illnesses, he or she simply goes ahead and updates each of the findings. For example, let's now change the heat rash or the chickenpox to heat rash. And once he's done that, he or she can click on re-evaluate, which simply takes the inputs as the individual findings and notice what happens to the possible illnesses. It's made a call to ChatGPT. ChatGPT has come back with the updated possible illnesses. Now, acute cholecystitis is the top illness. Again, the recommendations and the medications for each of them is populated. It is editable. The doctor can add on additional recommendations and medications. The idea here is just to make sure that the doctor does not forget anything. And he can add on any notes, for example, follow-on appointments, etc. Click Submit, saves the entire record into data service. There you go. Sends an email to the patient. There you go. And here's the email that the patient sees with a summary of the diagnosis, recommendations, medications, notes, and the conversation summary. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching.